Hey guys, my name is Eric and welcome to DigiClickHD. So today we'll be looking at this 4K TV behind me. It's the LG 40UB8000. I've been using it this last week as a computer monitor on my Hackintosh rig, and I wanted to share how it's been holding up and what to expect. So let's get right into it. Like I said, this is the LG 40UB8000. This is a 40-inch 4K Ultra HD TV, and right now on Amazon you can get it for only $5.99. About 2 weeks ago it was up there for only $700, so you can see the price of these 4K televisions are slowly coming down. And for this price, this is a beautiful television with a vivid picture, and this is a great buy. So this TV has 3 HDMIs which are 2.0 compatible, 3 USBs, and it's a smart TV. So it has Wi-Fi built in, so you have apps like Netflix and Hulu and many others. You can also connect composite RCA connections, but you can only use one at a time because they use a unique headphone adapter that plugs into the back of the TV. So one of the good things about this TV is it can support 4K at 60 Hz, but that's only using a HDMI 2.0 connection. If you're using a HDMI 1.4 or a regular HDMI, you only get 4K at 30 Hz. So I'm using a GTX 770, which has the standard HDMI 1.4, and at the full resolution of 4069 by 2160, you can get 4K at 24 Hz. If you bump the resolution down to 3840 by 2160, you can get 4K at 30 Hz, which is a lot more practical. But for the best performing and for daily use, I usually only bump it down to 1920 by 1080, which is the standard 1080p, because I can get full 60 Hz. So like I said, to get the full 4K at 60 Hz, you have to have a graphics card that supports HDMI 2.0. There's not many graphics cards right now that support HDMI 2.0, but Nvidia has the 980 and the 970 out, which have HDMI 2.0. There will probably be many more this year coming out, but for now, there's not many options. I've also heard that this television can do 1080p at 120 Hz, but I'm pretty sure that's only through HDMI 2.0, because through my GTX 770, which supports HDMI 1.4, I don't have this option under my resolutions. So connecting this 4K television to your computer, you'll go through a few things. When you first connect it, you'll first notice that the resolution is most likely at 1080. On a Mac, you can go under System Preferences, Displays, and you can change the resolution here. So one tip is, if you're not seeing many resolutions under your displays, hold the option button on your keyboard and click the scaled button. This will bring up more resolutions for you to choose from. If you're on a PC, you just go to displays, and there's usually, it just says change resolution, and under there you're able to change the resolution. So some of the first things I noticed when I connected my TV to my computer with HDMI is that there was a lot of mouse lag, and also the resolution was only at 1080p. So first, to get rid of the mouse lag, I changed it over to game mode. By changing it to game mode, it frees up a lot of memory apparently in the television, so this gives you for a quicker response time to the mouse. Also, to change the display, I just went under System Preferences, Displays, and under there you can change the resolution. It also may help if you go under Advanced Controls and turn off or adjust many of the settings. I turned off pretty much everything I could because I wanted to get the best performance out of my television. So one nice feature about this television is it comes with a color calibration interface. On here, you can set this to get the best color as possible, or change it to a color preference that you prefer. I set mine up to be as true as possible and saved it under Expert 1. If I need the color to be as true as possible for editing, such as images or video, I have this option to change it over to Expert 1. So the smart TV software that comes on this television is very basic, but more importantly, it works. It works great to download apps and connect to other media devices. But in my opinion, it's not very intuitive, but it works. The new models of 2015 are getting the latest software, which is WebOS 2.0, and it is a very clean and very easy interface to use, and it seems to have a very great potential in future-proofing these TVs. WebOS is a possible update for this television because of what I've read, it doesn't need any actual hardware requirements, so hopefully LG will send out an update. So many smart TVs and TVs today come with built-in speakers, but they usually are not all that great. But I'm happy to say that the speakers on this are really not all that bad. Plan on using my 5.1 system, eventually hooking it all up. On the computer side, I've been using my 5.1 system, but on the TV side, I've been very happy just using the television with its built-in speakers. So this television comes with a few accessories. First is the standard remote. The standard remote is it's pretty basic. It has basic navigation buttons, and overall it's a good feel, but it's nothing too flashy or anything. There's also a magic remote that LG has introduced, and it actually gives you a Wii-like feature of controlling an arrow and clicking on whatever settings you are trying to set up. Depending on what country you're in, a few of these I have seen come with this new TV, but mine came with just the standard LG universal remote. LG also has an app which gives you control of your television with your smartphone or tablet. You download the app and it gives you free control to move the cursor around the television to navigate through different sections and different inputs on the television. So this is a 4K television and it's not a computer monitor, but I was comparing it to a few other 4K monitors. You'll see that it lines up pretty well. Remember that this is a 4K TV and not a monitor, so most of the monitors actually have a lot more connectivity to the computer compared to this television, because this television really only has HDMI and the other ones have HDMI, DisplayPort, and even other USBs. So one of the monitors I was comparing this television to was the Samsung 28-inch U28D59D. It goes for a little under $500 for $490. So this is a very slick, nice looking 4K monitor. It's a TN panel, but from what I've heard, the color shifting is very minimal, and it comes with 2 HDMIs and a DisplayPort. Another one that I was comparing it to was the Dell 24-inch P24 15Q, and this goes for a little bit cheaper for $460. So for this price, this is great, but it's only a 24-inch. But this has a lot better color accuracy and is probably better for real professionals. So this Dell has a very nice slick design as well. You also have the option of pivoting it landscape or portrait, which is very useful. This has 1 HDMI, 2 display ports, 3 USBs, and I believe a mini DisplayPort or Thunderbolt connection, but this is most likely for daisy chaining multiple monitors together. So if you're a professional and you need color accuracy, this is probably not your best choice, but you still could use it as additional workspace and additional desktop area. So also speaking about the colors, we can also talk about the Chroma Subsampling. So from what I have read, unfortunately, I don't think this TV actually supports 444 at 60 Hz. You need to get a LG monitor, LG TV that is the 8500 model or higher series to achieve the 444. Any model lower than the 8500 will only support 420, which I believe this television does only support 420. So one helpful tool I found was under the Mac App Store was a application called Display Menu. This makes it very easy for you to change on the fly between resolutions, between like 4K at 30 Hz or like 1080p at 60 Hz. Also, it gives you the aspect ratio and what the hertz is at that ratio, so you can mess around and see which aspect ratio or hertz that you prefer or like. So some of the cons of this television, first you have to remember that this is a lower end 4K television. So there is no IPS display, it doesn't have a 3D ability, and also it doesn't support WebOS. There's also one feature I wish it had was there's no picture-in-picture, which would have been great using on a 40-inch as a monitor, because then you could have a small TV in the corner and still be working on something if you wanted to. So going on to the pros of this television is first the price. For the price point, we're getting a 4K high-resolution television that has a very vivid and clear image. This is great for getting it just a little over $600. Second of all is also it does support 4K at 60 Hz. So if you have a graphics card that supports HDMI 2.0, getting 60 Hz at 4K is absolutely amazing. I think just being able to view 4K at 30 Hz is absolutely great. I'm still able to work and still watch YouTube videos in this very high resolution, and it's absolutely amazing some of the videos that I have seen. So thanks guys for joining me in this DigiClickHD video. If you have any comments or questions about the television or the graphics card or anything, please leave it right below that like button, and I will be happy to get back to it as soon as I can. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one.